Have you ever been working on a car and there's that one bolt that's down under the engine or in some spot and you're like, I wish I had the right tool, the right socket or the right wrench that could reach down in there and pull that bolt out. But instead you spend like 2 or 3 hours trying to figure out how to loosen it and get it out to fix that one little thing that, that's wrong with your car. The same is true when it comes to any type of home projects. If you don't have the right tool, it can cost you all kinds of time and quality. At least when you take the bolt out of the car, you put the bolt back in and, hopefully it should run properly. But if you go do an entire project and the quality of your work is not good, well, that could cost you equity, that could cost you sales or whatever you're going for, right? And so that's why I kind of did a little video here on just building your tool inventory and the importance of it. I've done tons of projects. When I first got started, my first house that I bought, I finished the basement and I used I swear it was like a 1980s chop saw. And every time I tried to cut a corner to put my base trim in, it would not match up, and I cannot figure out why. And so the entire house is full of all kinds of putty. It looked like a bunch of putty covered over little pieces of wood. I'm exaggerating a little bit, but at the end of the day, I had to fill all these gaps and cracks with all kinds of putty because I could just not get that chop saw to work properly. Over time, though, I started to figure out, well, if I had the right tool, if I borrowed it, if I went to a pawn shop, if I went somewhere and got the right tool, it just made it so much faster. It made it more fun. It made it easier. Got it done, and the quality looked way better. And so I wanted to make sure that if you're out there and you're fighting it, if you're messing around trying to get your project done, get the right tools. And you might say, well, I can't afford the right tools. Where do I go to get the right tools? Well, start by borrowing them if you have to. Go to a pawn shop. But what I like to at least justify in my brain is if I was going to hire a contractor to do this work, if they were going to frame all these walls and they were going to charge me X amount of money, but I could do it for myself for half of that, I might take a couple $100 out and go buy the right tools. I've still saved myself money by doing it myself. I've added to my tool inventory, so I have those tools to use again if I do another project like that. And I got it done right. I had the right tools. I got it done in a quick manner. It didn't take me days and weeks to get it done because I was fighting it, back to the car, trying to get that one bolt out. Same concept. You don't want to fight it if you're putting in flooring or you're doing framing or anything like that. You want to have the right tools, and that could be simple, cheap tools, like here's, this could work, right? To lay out, to mark lines on some studs if you're cutting them. But a speed square might be much faster, right? Cheaper tools, but just having the right one. I could use this other tool right here, and I could mark out all kinds of studs if I needed to cut them. But it's still going to take me a little bit longer than just slapping up a speed square, drawing a line, cutting it, and moving on, right? Same can be true for the big stuff, right? You don't want to use 16 penny nails and hand nail them now these days if you can use a nail gun, but then you have a nail gun, you got to get a compressor. I get it, but borrow it. Find somebody who's got a compressor, find someone who has a nail gun. It will save you tons of time. Let's see here, my nail gun right here. This thing's all beat up. It's been used, not quite like a framer might use it every day, but I'm telling you, I use this thing more than you know. And I'm just kind of a general do-it-yourselfer, just like most of you out there, right? Fixing up my house, build a little addition, build a little shed or lean-to on the side of my house for storage, those types of things. Those come in handy. Having the right skill saw right here. You can see I've cut the line right here and had to replace it or had to wire nut it together. But I'm telling you, this is much better than probably having a little battery one that, is only going to cut 4 or 5 studs before the battery goes dead. Now, those are great in a pinch, and I have one of those as well. But if I'm doing a big project, I want to make sure I have the right tools. So this has been with Building Code Tips. It's just a quick video out there. If you're doing any type of project, get the right tools. I'm telling you, you'll thank me later, because if you've got the right tools, if you invested in them, you get to use them again later. If you don't use them, turn around and sell them. Sell them, send them to the pawn shop or whatever it is that you do. Put them on Marketplace and get your money back out of them. But at the same time, you've done it right, and your project looks much better than that old house that I used to own with the trim in the basement that's covered in putty. So if you like this, hit the like button, and obviously subscribe if this helps you out. I have tons more videos out there, all for do-it-yourselfers, all for homeowners, and it's just all about helping you guys out and keeping you moving. I'm an inspector by trade, and a do-it-yourselfer and a homeowner, and so I've been through the gamut. I've seen homeowners out there struggle, including myself, and the goal is to just keep you guys moving, keep you happy about your projects, and have fun.